Good evening, and welcome to Hempfield Happenings. I'm Christopher Detweiler.
And I'm Kylie Schaefer. This month, we will be featuring stories on Hempfield's own policeman,
The annual senior prom,
and a unique assembly for the students at Landisville Intermediate Center.
so stay tuned because this is Hempfield Happenings.
Last month, we covered the art programs offered here over the summer. This month, Alex Weaver takes an in-depth look at the summer school program as a whole.
On last month's program, we shared with you one aspect of summer school, the art program. But there are also other courses available to take for advanced credit during the summer.
This summer, we're offering art, our fundamentals of art and design, personal financial literacy, physical education, health, and family and consumer science. The classes are all very different from each other. For example, the art course is actually concentrated into 2 weeks of intense instruction from coming to school every day for 2 weeks in the mornings, and then Fridays actually take field trips and go out into the community, compared to something like personal financial literacy, which is mostly taught online using Moodle, and then the students get together for an hour each week, and there's in-class instruction face-to-face, and that's where they would do their assessments. Health is being taught entirely online. There's no face-to-face meetings. PE is a very intensive course where the students engage in normal things that you would think with PE. So they're all very different, tailored to each department's needs.
Nick Norton took Gym and Family and Consumer Science, or FCS, over the summer and explained what the classes were like.
Normal classes during the school year are definitely a lot more structured, but over the summer, it's just kind of like a lot more loose in how they do things. I liked them overall. Like the gym class was, there was several hours a week, but it was a lot of fun. There were a lot of friends in my classes, and the FCS course was largely online, and we only had to come in once a week, so that was nice. So you just get home from gym, do your FCS work online, and then you're done for the day.
Taking a summer class will allow you to take an additional course during the regular school year.
I think the biggest advantage that students see from taking advanced credit courses over the summer is flexibility in their schedule.
Freed up lots of room in my schedule, or a credit of room in my schedule for another class to take.
If you're interested in taking a summer class, check out Hempfield's website.
If anyone wants to take a summer school class, I would go to the school district's webpage, and under academics, they'll find a link right to the summer school page. On that summer school webpage, you can see all the courses that are offered, the schedules, you can register online, you can pay online as well.
School may not be where you want to spend your time on such a beautiful day as today, but with advanced credit courses, it'll be worth it. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Alex Weaver.
Every year, 6th graders look forward to spending time with their kindergarten buddies.
Kindergarten Buddies is a program at Farmdale Elementary that creates lasting friendships between kindergartners and their 6th grade buddies.
Kindergarten Buddies is a time during every 6-day cycle where the 6th graders come down to visit the kindergarten classrooms, and they do a number of different activities with them. It could be learning activities, they could be reading with the children, just developing friendships.
When they realize that they have this little person that they have to take care of and be in charge of, they change, into a little kind of leadership role.
You're going to make the word and put the word in front of your buddy.
They can't wait to see their buddies every time, and they ask me after they've had a session with them if they could see them again tomorrow.
It helps me learn what taking care of a little kid looks like. It's basically helping all of us learn through little kids.
We get to color and play games.
I think they gain a lot from just talking with someone other than a family member or a classmate or their teachers. I think it's developing, again, a new friend. A 6th grade teacher and I were talking, and I had just had this idea that it would be fun to partner with the 6th grade classes, and that is what we did. We tried it out and we never looked back and just kept moving forward with it.
As you can see, the kindergartners really enjoy their buddies. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Ben Hogan.
Recently, Joey White interviewed Hempfield's Pennsylvania National Geographic State B semifinalist, William Yeager.
Hempfield School District's middle schools provide students with the opportunity to excel academically both inside and outside of the classroom.
William Yeager is an 8th grader from Centerville Middle School who earned a special opportunity after winning his school's Geography Bee.
I took a written test and then it got sent into National Geographic. They graded it, and because I placed top 100 in the state, then I got to move on to the state Geography Bee. It's a really great opportunity for people like me who are really enthusiastic in academic competitions to kind of show their stuff.
One of William's pastimes helps him immensely in academic contests such as the Geography Bee.
Well, I read a ton. That's probably the biggest thing. I've been reading since I was young. I like magazines like, The Economist, Wired, Popular Science, that kind of thing. But I also just like reading, regular fiction.
He's interested in all sorts of things. He reads voraciously. We used to have a joke about reading without permission. He definitely, found this passion on his own and, goes out and explores.
Perhaps most importantly, William carries his achievements in extracurriculars right to the classroom.
I would start by describing Will, Mr. Yeager as we call him, as a gentleman first. He is an insightful young man who is humble first and eager to do well.
He has the drive. He has drive to succeed. It's an internal drive. He wants to do his best. He takes it seriously, and it's all self-initiated.
Congratulations to William and best of luck as he moves on to the high school. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Joey White.
What a great achievement by only an 8th grader.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. Talking about academics, dual enrollment is a program that allows upperclassmen to get the college experience before graduating from high school. Laurel Murr describes this program.
We've introduced this concept to the students. It's in the curriculum guide. A lot of students hear about it through friends or families that have done it before.
Here at Hempfield, juniors and seniors have the opportunity to take college courses before they graduate.
Dual enrollment is a program where high school students take college courses while they're still in high school, and they get college credit and high school credit for those courses. This opportunity is available to juniors and seniors who have good academic standing. Students can take up to 2 classes each semester. We like to recommend that they take general education courses, so they can take English, they can take math, science, history. We partner with 5 colleges. We partner with HAC, Harrisburg Area Community College, the Lancaster campus, Millersville University, Elizabethtown College, Penn State York, and Pennsylvania College of Health Sciences. HAC just discounted their courses, which ran around $700–800 to $100 per credit. So every college course is 3 credits. It is a $300 price tag for a college course.
Making sure that that kind of campus might fit in with the types of campuses you're going to be looking into when you go off to college.
I take English class at Millersville University, and last semester I took a math course. It was a calculus course. The atmosphere is really nice. Everyone's really friendly. Everyone is kind of out of their element already, and I'm with a lot of freshmen there, so we're all kind of new at college life, so it's kind of like we're all experiencing it together. I have told a few of my friends that I made at college that I am in high school, but they don't have to know if you don't want them to, and it's kind of fun. You can kind of blend in. It's really nice to kind of get a little taste of what college life might be like, because you come to school and then you leave and you go to your class and you get to interact with other college students, and it just gives a really good insight.
There's an awning and then around it's open air. This is actually some open air.
I love the program in that it's really diverse. We have students who have really maxed out of Hempfield's courses. They have taken all they can in a particular area and wanted to keep going. Then you also have a student who doesn't really know what they want to do after high school and just wants to explore what it's like to take a college course.
Hempfield continues to give their students every academic advantage they can have with their dual enrollment program. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Laurel Murr.
Landisville Intermediate Center held a special assembly that featured some extraordinary animals. Katie Knoll slithered in to get the inside scoop.
Here at Landisville Intermediate Center, the students had an interesting chance to meet some new wildlife today.
We're a small wildlife refuge based out of Gretna, Nebraska, and we take in rescue animals that have been abused, neglected, or people don't want anymore, and we take care of them. And so we bring these animals in and we do the shows to teach kids about them. But we want them to appreciate these animals, to conserve their habitat.
Many of the students volunteered and had a chance to interact with the animals one-on-one.
What I did was feed Darby the bird, and I volunteered and I gave him a peanut.
I liked the snake because he was really big and felt really cool. I didn't know many animals from the rainforest, so I got to know a lot of different animals.
Both the students and teachers enjoyed this fun and educational experience. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Katie Knoll, and this is Julia Squeezer.
Mandy Picciani took a look at Centerville Middle School's Quiz Bowl and chess teams, who both had successful seasons this year.
Both the CMS Quiz Bowl team and the CMS chess team had successful seasons this past winter.
There were a couple of very close matches during the day. The end match started out, we cruised early on and were winning by a wide margin, but then after the midpoint, the other team came out strong and was really racking up the points, and it was getting to be a pretty close match. The teams didn't really struggle because they were putting out a lot of effort, but they learned there were some strategies that they needed to adopt to bring it to the finish line and cross over the goal line.
It was really good. The championship match was excellent. My team was really focused, and they made some smart moves that they were making mistakes on earlier in the season, so it was good to see them grow as players.
Their season went pretty well because we were very nice to the other schools and won most of our matches.
Congratulations to the CMS Quiz Bowl team for being the Lancaster-Lebanon champions and the chess team for winning in the Middle School Chess League.
For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Mandy Picciani.
The curriculum at Landisville Education Center takes a unique spin on the average classroom experience.
Okay, so 3,550 degrees Celsius, your diamond melts.
Here at the Landisville Education Center, students have the opportunity to participate in a unique type of learning.
The curriculum out here at Landisville Education Center is a little bit different, although it still covers the same curriculum standards and materials it does at the high school. The unique part of it is it's a combination between both online learning and teachers supplementing with direct instruction.
I enjoy it because it helps me, especially when I'm trying to deliver a large spectrum of classes in one class period each time. I'm not just teaching just one subject in that period of time. I'm teaching maybe 4 or 5 in that same period.
The students at Landisville Education Center enjoy the blended learning and use it to their advantage.
I think I finished like 4 credits within the first 3 weeks of being here. Like I'm in English 12 as a junior. So it makes me feel more independent because I can work at my own pace.
They teach us some of the stuff, like to just get us started. And then we basically learn it on our own. And it's kind of like 2 things in one. I've only been here 2 months. I'm literally done in a week. I've done that much. It's pretty awesome.
The kids like it because they can kind of rapid pace when students who are coming in as seniors maybe need to recover some credits, need to work a little bit faster. It gives them the opportunity to do that too, to finish up a few more credits than maybe they would be allowed to at the high school.
The combination of online-based learning is beneficial to both students and teachers. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Katie Knoll.
Mandy Picciani explains why there's no need to fear, because Officer Henry is here.
To keep the hallways clear and safety close by.
He Here at Hempfield, for the past 8 years, Officer Henry has been a part of the high school staff.
Whenever the program first started, I'm the first SRO that Hempfield School District's had, and the only one. But when it started, it was for a number of reasons. I mean, at the time, there was like a whole bunch of bomb threats that were happening, like, often. The police, and I was one of them, we'd be responding to the building, I wouldn't say on a daily basis, but every once in a while for like fights, things like that. And what was happening was you'd have 2 or 3 officers responding here for a fight when it really only takes one to handle something like that. So part of it was basically an agreement with the township and the district that, hey, we'll put somebody in here and that'll help alleviate some of that, but it'll also improve the communication between the school district and the police department.
Officer Henry is also involved in other things outside of his job at the high school.
Yeah, outside of school, I'm in a band, we call ourselves the Lost Faculties, and it's just a group of teachers and everything. We get together, play music. We love to play music. That's one of my favorite things to do. I play guitar, I play banjo. Like, I love riding bike and everything. Actually, the uniform that I wear is bike officer uniform for our department, and I have a police bike that I have here.
Without Officer Henry being over there, his involvement in the school is a ripple effect that's felt throughout the community as well. He helps our patrol officers with their day-to-day investigations by the relationship that he has with students over there.
From a school standpoint, I think we are extremely lucky to have him here at our school. He makes our jobs a lot easier. He makes the administration's jobs a lot easier. Rather than having to involve the outside police, we have our own police officer here in the building, and he's somebody that kind of serves as almost like a guru, so to speak, when we have questions about things legally. He's always there, and it makes me as a teacher feel a lot safer overall.
Ultimately, I guess I would want the community to know that I am here, every day that the students are in here. Again, I've been doing this 8 years, and I think, I don't know, when a lot of people hear that a police officer is inside of a school, they get intimidated or worried or think that there's like a huge problem in here. It's not necessarily that. I'd want people to know that I'm about more than that, than just law enforcement. I mean, I do go into classrooms and teach. I do programs. I do counsel kids. People come to me for advice all the time and everything, and this program is much more than just making arrests.
We are so lucky to have a talented police officer here at Hempfield to keep us safe. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Manny Picciani.
Duncan Brady captured Hempfield students' involvement in the emotional support program called Knights of the Red Tablet.
Christmas, and then we have it in the spring, so. I'm here outside of the Lancaster-Lebanon IU13 building, where the Hempfield mini business Knights of the Red Tablet is showcasing their display.
The Knights of the Red Tablet is something that we run through Hempfield High School for students that are in emotional support. What we do is we make custom tablets for all kinds of things. We have game tablets, we have holiday tablets, we have Hempfield themed tablets, and the whole function is to create work experience for our students. Through this opportunity, students get to practice using print equipment, they get to practice marketing, creating custom designs, and it's a great experience, and I'm glad I'm part of it. Our mini business is actually only for students that are in emotional support. We're able to concentrate our job training and transition efforts just with those students, and it's kind of something that they can take ownership of and have pride of. That's something that's really cool to see, and I know I'm proud of as their teacher.
So all these schools are getting together and they're selling these things to be able to get more like academics and everything for the kids. For what we sell, we get in contact with the business. All the money that they sell and all the money that they make back, this just goes to the kids. If you actually put the effort into it, you get to talk to each one of them, see how their day is, and you just get to see a new face. It gets you ready for every world. It teaches them the foundations of being able to be in the working place. Twice a year, the Knights of the Red Tablet set up shop in the IU13 Bazaar as a part of a community marketplace, alongside dozens of other Lancaster groups.
It's really interesting because you get to see students from all different kinds of places and backgrounds and abilities, and I mean everyone's out there on the floor at the same time interacting and having a good time. The room has an electric feeling to it, and also kind of a feeling of community too.
You get to be around so many beautiful faces and you get to meet new people and get to see a bunch of people. I think that's kind of unique because it helps just people understand each other better. You see new faces every day, like all your old teachers you had in the middle school, elementary school, all that. It's pretty beautiful. Any single thing that I can do that's just benefiting, you know what I mean? If I can help other people out, then why not?
The Knights of the Red Tablet miniature business has proven rewarding for both the students and the community. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Duncan Brady.
The Hempfield Library System takes learning to a whole new #level. Gretchen Hopkirk browses through the library to get more information.
Hempfield School District's libraries have recently created a way for students to more easily access information. Instead of lugging around this, you can just use this.
The #Anytime, Anywhere, Any Device program is all about the ebooks that we have available for our students K through 12 throughout the school district. All the ebooks are available to be able to download. You can use your phone, you can use an iPod, you can use an iPad. See, the red book means it's in print, and the blue or the green E means it's an electronic version. When you download them onto your device, that's the anywhere part of the equation, because you don't need internet access and you'll be able to read your ebooks. It's available 24/7. You don't have to wait for the library to be open in order to get a book to read.
Students use the many ebooks for more than just recreational reading.
For a lot of my term papers, I've used multiple online sources, the ebooks. I prefer the ebooks actually over the hard copies. You just kind of search it and then it's right there for you. It just makes the whole process a lot easier.
We still need libraries, we still need librarians to help guide the students, but it does make it much easier for students to know that the library isn't within these four walls. The library is everywhere.
Even though the #Anytime, Anywhere, Any Device program doesn't come in a hard copy, it's still worth checking out. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Gretchen Hopkirk.
There is a new organization for parents to get information on changes going on in their children's schools.
This session and the other sessions are sponsored by the Parents as Partners Task Force.
The Parents as Partners organization is a new way for parents to get information on what happens inside of their children's schools.
Well, the Parents as Partners Task Force is a group of parents and educators that came together for a purpose of enhancing communication between our schools and our parents, specifically focused on our educational programs.
I think it's trying to make sure that there's a clear and consistent way for parents to get communication from the school. Really this task force is looking at trying to make sure that we are communicating effectively, not only with students, but also with parents in the community at large.
Throughout the 14-15 school year, we actually hosted 3 parent information sessions. And at each of those information sessions, we featured different educational programming. We also put on our website all of the materials and resources that we used at these parent information sessions for parents to access and use at their convenience.
If you are one of those curious souls, look into the Parents as Partners information sessions for the 2015-16 school year. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Christopher Lynch.
So Kylie, I heard there was great food at the Eden this year, where Prom was.
There was. The mashed potatoes there were on point. Prom is one of the most looked forward to events as a senior in high school. Kayla Torres explains why this is such a magical event.
What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know?
During the weeks leading up to April 18th, students at Hempfield High School were preparing for prom. Many of them had high expectations for this event.
It's my 4th prom. I want to end it with a bang, so just kind of having that last hurrah, having that last fun moment, I guess, during my high school career.
I'm just excited to have a fun night with my friends.
Well, with prom, usually a group, most likely your table, goes and gets pictures done. And that's possibly at like a local park, like Longs Park or Aher Park, or maybe at an individual's house. And then from there, you head over to, let's say, the Eden. Sometimes it's at the Marriott, and you're in the banquet hall, and you sit down at your table and you eat a catered meal from the Eden, and then you go on the dance floor and boogie it up.
These Hempfield students explained how prom has changed over the years.
Different type of music, I would say. Maybe a little more freedom. You probably could leave at a certain time.
There were no promposals.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
They had mullets, which absolutely should not
Yeah,
happen.
the dancing was a lot different too.
Yeah.
Prom
Promposals are a guy's way of wooing the female in order to persuade her to go to prom with him, pretty much. So like a sign.
Something creative,
Something
definitely.
creative, you know. A sign in a
Flowers,
basement.
flowers, definitely.
Yes.
Maybe jewelry.
Possibly.
What it is basically a nice, genuine way of asking a young lady to prom. And I've had my share between sidewalk chalk all the way to a walk in the park sort of thing. So
it's like a proposal, but for prom. So people usually like go pretty hard and do some fancy things for it.
Whether past or present, Hempfield High School prom will be a night the students will never forget. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Kayla Torres.
Well, that's all for this month's edition of Hempfield Happenings.
Tune in next month to see stories on a Hempfield clothing bank, an award won by Zach Ward and the Roarstown Garden.
I'm Christopher Detweiler alongside Kylie Schaefer. Thanks for watching and see you next month.